Hey guys, this is James with RogueDuelist Trade, and on this channel we talk about current and upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh product and whether or not you should invest your money in order to profit. Today we are going to go over an updated risk analysis on the Spirit Charmers structure deck. We got a full leak of what's actually going to be coming into this product, into the TCG, and I have to say just from the very beginning, I am very disappointed that we are not going to be getting a reprint of Evenly Matched. That was something I was highly anticipating and looking forward to, and the fact that we're not getting it absolutely puts a big damper, but there is still a lot of good things going on for this product, which we are going to talk about in this video. Real quick, if you guys like funny content on Yu-Gi-Oh skits, you guys should follow me on my new channel, RogueDuelist TV. Also, if you guys are interested in getting Yu-Gi-Oh product at near wholesale rates and are serious about getting into Yu-Gi-Oh vending, you guys should wait towards the end of this video and I'll talk more about the RDT Patreon in partnership with ProPlay Games. Now, lastly, if you guys enjoy modern product discussions on Yu-Gi-Oh product, you guys need to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. All right, let's go ahead and jump into today's risk analysis on the Spirit Charmers structure deck. This product actually got pushed out by about a month in its product release. So it was coming out in mid-October. Now it's going to be coming out November 19th, 2020. It's a 42 card structure deck, which is a little bit different than the OCG, which is a 45 card. We're going to be getting 5 ultra rares. 4 of them are going to be fixed, and 1 of 4 are actually going to be variant artworks of the Spirit Charmers. You get 1 of 4 of the variant art cards. You're going to get 2 super rares, 35 commons, 1 of 5 super rare tokens, and 1 of 5 double-sided deluxe game mat dueling guides. So that's pretty cool. There's a different variety in this product, which is very unique for structure decks. So very cool to see that in this product. Real quick, as I mentioned in my previous risk analysis video, here are the different artworks that we are going to be expecting that we're going to get 1 of 4 of these familiar possessed cards. We're going to jump right into this risk analysis. Now, if you guys haven't seen my Blazing Vortex video, I mentioned that I changed how we do the metrics for this risk analysis. If you guys would like to understand the definitions for each of these different metrics, you can find that down in the description below, but it should be fairly straightforward. So our first metric is going to be generic tech cards, and these are the cards that could generically be used across different decks within today's meta format. Probably the biggest hitter is Dark Ruler No More. So this card was a TCG exclusive in the 2019 Gold Sarcophagus tins. We're finally going to be getting it as a reprint as a common. So I think right now in the market, it's ranged anywhere between like $8 to $15 for Dark Ruler No More. So getting this as a reprint, it's definitely immediate value that we're going to be seeing in this product. Maybe like a $1 to $3 card, which you know you're going to be getting it. So that's just promised value. Next is Solemn Warning. So we're going to be getting a common printing of this. It's definitely not the first reprint. This card can definitely hold some good value, and also Effect Veiler. Every single time Effect Veiler gets reprinted, even in structure decks, it always is at least a $1 card. So we could at least anticipate this card having a decent value. Metaverse is a card that holds decent value similar to Effect Veiler, in addition to Twin Twisters. So Twin Twisters has been reprinted a million times, and I think this card has never seen like under $1 right now in terms of its current reprints, even as commons. So this card is definitely a strong card to have as added value. And one thing I had to point out is Regaiki. So Regaiki has never had a common printing. Interesting to see that we're finally going to be seeing that in the Spirit Charmers product. We don't know what common printings look like for Regaiki currently because there isn't any today, but I definitely anticipate this card holding decent value because I don't think there's any Regaikis that's under like $2 to $3 or something like that in their current printings, although they are all hollows. And also I have to mention, because I'm still a little bit salty about it, is that we're not going to be getting Evenly Matched. And if we did get Evenly Matched, this would be a very solid product because Evenly Matched would just have so much value as a common printing, even though it's promised per structure deck. Probably would see $5 in value if we had it, but we're not going to be getting it. And this is something that did come into the OCG that we're not getting. So overall, I'm calling out generic tech cards as a 4. This probably would have been a 3, but I think Dark Ruler No More warrants this to go ahead and be a 4 because it is promised in every single structure deck. This easily would have been a 5 if we got Evenly Matched. The next metric is legacy support, and this product is legacy support for Spirit Charmers in Unfamiliar Possessed. And these are all of the new cards that we are going to be getting in legacy support for Spirit Charmers. And the first one that we have is Awakening of the Possessed, Archfiend Reaper of Nefariousness. Now, I do believe this might be the OCG name, so guys, forgive me if this is not the TCG names. So Nefariousness, just like all of the other other Awakening of Possessed cards. You can special summon them from the deck, which is pretty cool. Requires, I believe, like an Earth Charmer and an Earth Monster that you have to send to the graveyard. This one's not the best out of the different Awakening of Possessed cards. Now, we did get like a Wind and Water one in some of the previous core sets, which they're not in this product. So I think Konami wants you to go and buy previous product in order to get the other Awakening of Possessed cards. Nefariousness is all right. You can special summon from the graveyard. So because you can bring this out from your deck, it's probably a nice solid one of, because you can special summon a monster from your graveyard if you get it onto the field. Great Infari Fire. He basically can just get damage onto your opponent, to where you can take damage of your opponent based on the attack of one of the monsters they control. So I mean, this could be good if you're just trying to go for game, or if you're just trying to win based on time. So if you can get your opponent's life points down, I mean, that's definitely something to consider. Next one is Master of the Spiritual Arts, and I believe this is called Spirit Charmers in the TCG. It's a quick play spell. Definitely one of the best cards that is coming as legacy support for Spirit Charmers. Basically what it does is you activate it as a quick play, and you can discard one card, and you can add either a Charmer monster or Familiar Possessed monster to your hand, and or possessed spell or trap card with different names. So you add one to your hand, and then you set another one. So basically gives you two cards. It's a wash, because you activate this card, discard a card, gain a card in your hand, gain a card onto the field. But that's a very good card, especially as a quick play spell, and it helps you just kind of dig into your deck and kind of force the situations that you want to happen as you're doing your combos. Teamwork of the Possessed is a good trap card. It's not terrible. I mean, obviously you can set it directly from your deck by using Masters of the Spiritual Arts. Basically gets you a special summon from your graveyard with one of your spellcaster monsters with 1500 defense. That is generic, and that is important because that could be used in things like Dogmatica with Ecclesia, because I believe she's a spellcaster with 1500 defense. And in addition to that, if you have two monsters with the same attribute, you can pop a monster. It's kind of conditional, but I think that's easy to do probably with Spirit Charmer, so that's not bad. And also it has some recursion where you can banish it from the graveyard, and then you can get one of your continuous spell or trap cards from your graveyard and put it face up on your field. And the next is actually the field spell, which is very good, which is Grand Spiritual Art Icarin. So what I really like about this card is that it can basically generically negate any of your opponent's monster's effects at least once. So if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can negate it at least once. Its other effect is a searching effect. You can reveal a spellcaster monster from your hand. Then you can basically search out a specific spellcaster monster with, I think, 1500 attack, 200 defense, add that to your hand, and then shuffle the spellcaster you revealed into your deck. So very good to help you kind of dig into your deck, and I believe that kind of works well with the Charmer strategy. So overall, I'm calling Legacy support a 3. I don't think this is anything that's going to be breaking Spirit Charmers. I think it's good support, specifically the spell cards that's going to be coming into this archetype. I like the fact that you might be able to use Spirit Charmers as an engine in things like Dogmatica and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if you would want to choose that as an engine over engines like Invocation, but it's definitely another option and may see some type of play. Next is going to be meta impact, and this is definitely going to be one of the lower scores. So I would say in terms of meta impact, Dark Ruler, No More, and Effect Veil have already been in the format. They're not new cards, so it's not going to be making a huge impact because this product's coming out. I would say the impact that it would make is that now it's more affordable for budget or casual players, so that definitely is a plus. And then the cards like Masters of Spiritual Arts and Grand Spiritual Art Icarin, those are cards that are probably some of the best supports in these archetypes that might see some level of meta play as an engine. I went ahead and graded this as a 2. I think it's very low. There is not going to be a lot of meta impact with this product that I can anticipate. And next, kind of on the flip side of meta impact, is collector value. We are going to be getting one of 4 different variant arts of some of the Familiar Possessed cards, and then we also are going to be able to get one of 5 of the different art tokens that they have in this product. Now that does add a level of collector value, because now there's a level of chance you're not promised every single one of these in every single structure deck box. So that does add some value for sealed structure decks long term, because people may want to collect these. And Charmers is a fan favorite archetype. So I think because they're doing something very unique with this structure deck by having a level of chance with some of these different cards that you can pull, and that it's a fan favorite archetype, I'm going ahead and grading this as a 5. Next metric is reprint, ratio, or selection. Usually in Yu-Gi-Oh product, you don't want product that is predominantly reprints. Now in structure decks, you're gonna find that most of the time. Because this is a legacy archetype, it. So if you are going to be getting a larger ratio of reprints, which does dilute value, it is good to know what reprints you're going to be getting, because that does add value to that product depending on what they are. So these are all the cards I've already went through already. I would say all these cards are the bigger hitters in terms of cards that will have value as soon as the product releases, and will probably continue to have value as people kind of go and buy out some of these singles. I would say these cards could perhaps pay off the structure deck, and if that's the case, that is good value. Maybe not to that level. Maybe it could be anywhere between $6 to $8 of the MSRP price, which does leave the remaining Familiar, Possessed, and Spirit Charmer cards to kind of help make up the rest of the value. And again, we did not get evenly matched. I would say this would be a far better score if we did get evenly matched. So I went ahead and graded this as a 3. I think it's very good. I think evenly matched would have made it a 4. And I think if we got more new support in terms of the only 5 cards we got as legacy support, that could have bumped it up to a 5. Next is product value versus cost as our last metric. And looking at this, a case of 96 structure decks is roughly $949. Now our structure deck pricing that we typically have on the RDT Patreon is about $619 per case for structure decks. And again, that's 96 structure decks. If you look at it from that perspective, even selling at MSRP at $10 per structure deck, after 20% fees and shipping, you'll make about $260 per case, but you would have to flip about 96 structure decks in order to make that happen. So there is some money to be made, and I would say the value that you're getting from some of the reprints is free value that you know you're going to be getting in the product. I went ahead and graded this as a 4. I think it is actually pretty high in terms of what you're getting from the product, and if you're able to get it at wholesale rates, the value that you can get from selling structure decks even at MSRP. So overall, we scored the Spirit Charmer structure decks in our updated risk analysis at a 71%. So that isn't bad. It's a little bit lower than our initial score for this product. I think not getting evenly matched definitely hurts a bit. I think if we got more legacy support, that would have helped even more so, because some of the cards we got are like, they're not really that good anyways. It's really 2, maybe 3 out of the 5 cards that's very good. What I do like about this product, the level of chance of getting different types of artworks and different types of tokens, I think that does add some more collector value to this for sealed product, maybe long term. What I would kind of say as the conclusion to this is that it may be a good product to keep sealed because it has a level of chance, because it is a fan favorite archetype, because it does have some strong reprints. Those cards could continue to see value increases as the structure deck isn't able to be found in stores probably like a year from now. This could see some higher value points, and you would want to hold on and sell before there are unlimited prints, because that will hurt value even if it's first edition sealed. And again, this may be a product that you might just want to sell at MSRP. There might be a higher demand because it is a fan favorite product. Again, you'll make roughly $260 a case if you were able to buy it closer to the rate that I mentioned in the RDT Patreon. But also something else to consider is that it is not a strong meta product. So you are going to have to lean towards the fact that hopefully people are going to want this because it's a fan favorite, or for the collector aspect of it. It is not meta relevant necessarily, except for the reprints that you get, such as Dark Ruler No More, Solemn Warning, and Effect Veiler, Twin Twisters. Those are definitely good cards to be getting, and does again add free value. So guys, that's going to do it for our updated risk analysis on Spirit Charmers. I'm trying to expedite kind of doing these risk analysis more efficiently to where it still has the same level of value. I'd like to know what you guys think about this updated way of doing risk analysis videos. Let me know down in the comments below, and let me know what you guys think of the Spirit Charmer structure deck. Do you guys disagree or agree with me? Do you think there's something I missed? I'd love to know down in the comments below. Also, if you guys are interested in the RDT Patreon, as I mentioned, in partnership with Pro Play Games, we can help get you guys product at near wholesale rates. Now, I do want to mention that you guys need to be serious into wanting to get into Yu-Gi-Oh vending. If you're not buying product consistently, you're not going to be getting the full value out of the Patreon. So I do want to preface, you need to be serious in investing in Yu-Gi-Oh product if you want to consider the Patreon. And if you are, we have Blazing Vortex up for pre-sales. We have Freezing Chain Structure Deck up for pre-sales right now. And we're likely going to be having some very limited waves, first come, first serve, of some product that's going to be coming soon in 2020. So definitely, guys, if you're interested, go check out the Patreon. Ask me questions down in the comments below if you have questions that I can answer for you. Also, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, make make sure you subscribe to Rogue Duelist Trade and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video from me. And if you guys enjoyed today's content and like this new risk analysis type of videos, why don't you go and hit the like button to help the YouTube algorithm, to help support this channel and help grow this channel by helping people find it. So guys, thank you again for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next video on Rogue Duelist Trade.